Hey, this is Mustafa Talks Tech. On this video, I want to give a 3-week update of my progress in a software engineering course which I'm taking through Thinkful. This is not my first rodeo with Thinkful. Late last year, I started a digital marketing course with Thinkful, which was a CERT program bootcamp, and I completed that bootcamp and got my CERT in digital marketing the first of this year, January. But I didn't want to stop right there. I wanted to learn software engineering or coding because as I enter this tech field, I also want to have knowledge to be able to express my creativity. I want to be able to produce my own websites from the ground up. So I won't be hampered by someone else's template or someone else's website package or what they're offering. I want to be able to just totally express my creativity with learning how to code and build my own websites and my own apps. So I decided this year to, after I completed the digital marketing course, that I would go into Thinkful again to learn coding, software engineering. And I was able to start that course on April the 5th, approximately 3 weeks ago. And when I entered the course, I had both excitement and a little bit of apprehension. Excitement because I know that I was going to learn a great skill that will allow me to again express my creativity, B, allow me to enter and transition into the tech field with another skill on my belt, and 3, it will allow me to increase my income earning potential and to produce more money for myself, whether through a job or through freelance or consulting work. So I was excited beginning of this month to enter into software engineering, but also I was a little bit apprehensive because, as we all know, that the beginning is the hardest step, and learning something new takes us out of our comfort zone into the unknown as we attempt to put new information in our head. So I was a little bit apprehensive, wherein I had a little part of me that questioned, can you really do this? What if this gets too hard? What if this gets too technical? What if this gets too mathematical? But my desire and my hunger allowed me to overcome that apprehension, and I hit the start button, and I've been going ever since. I had a little bit of a background in HTML, very little. I was able to do some things with HTML, where if a site was already developed, I had enough HTML knowledge where I can go in and kind of tweak and turn things around and update and kind of make things a little bit to my liking. I had that knowledge of HTML. So the first few days, going into a week or so, it was a breeze. I went straight through the course because it was something I was familiar with. It was like a refresher. So I was able to go through that, and I was excited as I got that refresher and just was able to apply my knowledge through the skill sets and assessments. I was knocking them out. And then I got into CSS. Now that's a skill that I did not have in coding. Now, for those men that may not be familiar, the building blocks or the foundational programming language of web development is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Those are your foundational languages or building blocks. There are many other languages that you can use to build out and do different things, but those are always going to be your foundational knowledge. HTML can be considered like the skeleton or building the body. CSS is putting clothes on the body, putting on the colors and things and such. And so JavaScript is putting the brains, putting the lungs, putting the stomach, putting the internal organs inside the body, which allows the body to function. So HTML body, CSS is the style of the body, the outside of that body, making that body it. And then JavaScript is putting the brains or the logic, intelligence inside that body so that that body can function. So I didn't know CSS at all. I could do HTML, but I didn't know CSS. So once I got to the CSS portion of the class, now that was exciting because that's something that I always wanted to learn, but I had not did it for whatever reason. So when I learned how to do that, and I complemented my HTML, my little HTML knowledge, and my gained HTML knowledge through this course, and then I added the CSS on it. Oh man, I was on top of the world. I was like, man, this wasn't that hard to learn at all, and it's so useful when you can now create a design for your web page or website with HTML, and then you can go in and just tweak that page any kind of way you want. Add graphics, add color, add size. Just do so much with CSS. So every time I would go to my program each day, it was like a new unveiling adventure of learning something new and then putting it into application. Yeah, I mean, you can hear the excitement in my voice right now that every day was just a new adventure of learning something and going on a journey of learning something new and then putting it into practice. And then about 2 weeks in, I had completed the HTML CSS portion, and it got time to do like my final for that particular module, and I fell apart. I knew that I learned everything in each section, and I was able to pass my assessments for each section. But when it came time to put all of those different those different skills and those different formulas and those different steps together for one major project, I fell apart because I couldn't remember certain things, or certain things went blank, and then I couldn't do it, and this led to stress, and this led to frustration, and this led to a weekend of just really feeling a headache because all of that apprehension started coming back up. Like, maybe this ain't for me. If I'm struggling now in the beginning with this, what am I going to do when it really heats up? All of those thoughts went in my head. And I had to step away from my course just for a day and just to breathe. Because the more I tried to press while I was stressed, the less I accomplished. The more harder it seemed. The more my mind made things out of proportion. So I had to step back, just chill, just kind of breathe, and just kind of let my mind to relax and to let things go. And then I came back into it the next day, and by me allowing myself to step back and not allow myself to just continue to drive myself crazy and have a mind war with myself, when I came back to it, things looked a little clearer. I had to go back to my sections, reread the information, do the assessments, do the skills levels, do the little quizzes that they had, and then things started coming back together. And so I went back into my final project for that particular module, HTML and CSS, and then things started coming back together. I still didn't have it 100% because I couldn't recall every single thing or what to do in this particular instance, or if this happened, this is what you do, or if this goes there, this is what you're supposed to do. But I was at least working with something now. So by the next day, another day after that, I went at it again, and I was able to hit it 100%. I was able to create a static web page. I knew how to put all the components. I knew how to put in the everything, the code and the structure. Everything went right, and I was like, man, I did it. And just made me think about if I would have quit, or if I would have gave into that overwhelming feeling of just feeling defeated and feeling like maybe I'm not good enough to do this, I wouldn't be making this video right now. I would have been one of those people who have attempted something, but when the going got tough, I backed away. I sat down. I gave up. So I kept going. I was able to get past that. And then the next thing, and where I'm at right now, is going into JavaScript. So I got HTML down, I got CSS down, and now I'm doing JavaScript in my module. And I had heard that when you get to JavaScript, it's gonna be something else. It's gonna make you make you feel some kind of way. And I had already felt some kind of way just off HTML and CSS once it got advanced, and I had to put everything together. So I was like, man, I'm really finna feel it. But you know what? JavaScript wasn't the pit bull that people made it out to be, at least to me, and at least to this point. So I've been going through Java for about a week now, and I'm about halfway through that particular module, and I have not faced any apprehension yet. I haven't faced anything to make me say, damn, man, I know I can't do this. I mean, it is some things where you have to be on your game. You have to put them formulas together. You got to be a little bit mathematical. You got to know how to put that sequence together and make that thing work. So I know that will be a struggle, but I know it's a struggle that I can meet and overcome. So that's where I am up to this point. Right now, I'm in Java. I'm going to spend the rest of this weekend trying to work on Java, and hopefully I can complete that module so next week I can roll into something else. And yeah, I'm loving Thinkful for giving this software engineering course. You can check them out at thinkful.com. That software engineering course is up and available. And if Thinkful is not your cup of tea, there are many other organizations or schools, online schools, that will offer this software engineering. Most of them are self-paced. You can do them from home through your computer and learn at your own pace, and very interactive learning, and it's really great. And yeah, it's something that I'm just really excited about taking up. And hopefully, like every week or every 2 weeks or so, I'll come back on and just give that update on where I have come with my software engineering course, and just give you some information, give you the highs, the lows, the real deal, let you know, hey, I'm struggling with this, I don't got there, I do have this, just so you can be, I can be totally transparent to let you know that yes, there's struggles, yes, there's difficulties in learning something new, but you can do this because I'm doing this, and I'm making a video record of me going through this process of becoming a software engineer and learning coding. So I'm getting ready to check out. Just wanted to put that on video so that a year from now I can look back and just see my own journey and how I got to where I will be at a year from now. Working in my field as a software engineer, creating great websites, creating great apps, maybe creating the next big thing that will be a great tech innovation. That'll be something amazing, wouldn't it? So it's Mustafa Talks Tech. Hey, check out my other videos on the channel. If you like this video, like. If you got some feedback, put some in the comments. Let me know what you got from it. What questions do you have? What you think I should have addressed? Subscribe to the channel, Mustafa Talks Tech. Share a few of these videos with your friends and family. Let them know if they have some questions about the software engineering and just what that process is like. Hey, this is the video right here. I'm laying it all out. And just keep checking out the channel. I'm going to keep sharing information. I'm going to keep talking about this journey in tech, because Mustafa Talks Tech, and I hope that my testimony and giving my journey and letting you know these nuggets of tech, that it will inspire someone else out there, that they will find the itch like I found the itch for tech, and that they will start their own journey into the tech field. The tech field is a very broad field. You don't have to do software engineering necessarily because I'm doing it. There are so many different lanes in tech that you can enter into, and it can be fruitful for you. It can be exciting for you. And you can make a career out of it, whether freelance consulting or on the job. It's a wide, big field, and it's enough for all of us to eat. So check out tech, check out the opportunities. Continue to check out this channel. This is Mustafa Talks Tech.